pretty much every single interview starts with the same question, which is, tell us about yourself. Now, this is kind of the most obvious question to prepare for when preparing for an interview, and it's staggering how few people actually know what to say when they ask this question. It's kind of like knowing the first question of an exam. Why wouldn't you nail it? Why wouldn't you prepare for it? And so what happens is people get a bit fidgety and they don't know what to say, and they go, well, how far do you want me to start? And what do you want to know about me? And whatever. And it hasn't started well, this interview. It hasn't kicked into a flow of conversation that the interviewer is looking for. So you can very easily prepare for this kind of question by saying, okay, I'm from Johannesburg. I grew up there, went to school there. I've got a sister. She lives in England. And after school, I didn't know what I would do. So I went and did a gap year, or I went to Stellenbosch University and studied accounting. And then I met, through playing rugby at university, I met some interesting people, and they all had a little investment club and a property portfolio, and that got me into investments, got me hooked on it, and I started reading and finding out different philosophies and different famous people, investors like Warren Buffett, etc. And you start talking, you start creating a picture. Then when I finished my accounts, I went to do audit and articles at PwC, for example. Went into the financial services sector, did a secondment to San Francisco, etc. And now we're starting to talk a little bit broadly about a bit about yourself, but we don't launch straight into our career. We must drop little bits of information about ourselves. Clients nowadays, I mean, they're hiring on personality. They're hiring on the complete person, and not just wanting to know, granular detail about every module during accounts. I mean, they know this stuff already. So when you say, oh, my sister is a teacher in Switzerland, which is the case for me, or my parents run a timber mill, or my parents have their own business, or my grandfather was a financial advisor and he taught me about financial advice and wealth management. You start creating a picture about yourself that gives the interviewer a lot of different angles to continue the conversation. You go, oh, that's interesting, tell me a bit more about that. That's interesting, tell me a bit more about that. What did your grandfather tell you are the ups and downs of wealth management? What did your parents say are the ups and downs of working in a small business? These kind of things are really important. They really start helping an interviewer explore more about you, and gives you areas of things that you can talk about with absolute confidence. So don't go all the way back to school days and being captain of the chess team and stuff like that. That's kind of interesting, but not really at this stage. Make sure you prepare a solid answer for the question that's telling me about yourself. It's a 4 to 5 minute type answer. It's not, if you feel like you're rambling, then you probably are. If you feel like you're talking too fast, you probably are. If you feel like you're talking too much, you probably are. So have a concise answer in your head of where you're going to start that answer and where you're going to finish it, and allow the interviewer to ask a very, very strong follow-up question.